back to channel Nkatakawaluka. It's that time when we teach you how to crochet something a little bit different, a neck warmer this time with growing shells. And watch, learn, subscribe and share. Let's see what we need. Let's start. For you to make this beautiful neck warmer, you will need a wool, stretch double knit wool. It's got stretching ability. You will need at least 2 of this. Your stitch markers, pair of scissors and a crochet hook. And we are going to use color Aquamarine today. Okay, so we are going to use the 1.5mm crochet hook. We are starting with a chain of 168. So we're starting with our knot there, which also comes with 1, 2, 3, 20. So with me, I take a stitch marker and mark that one as 20, so that when I recalculate and make sure I have 168, I don't really have to go back. I just count the 20, 20, 20 and add them up. So 1, 2, 20. Then I take another stitch marker and hook it there on 20. It's easier for me than to go back and count. So let's meet when we have 168. Okay, so we are done with our chain. You just make sure it's lying on the same side because you don't want it twisted when you join. So this is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 168. And now we're going to bring this together with a slip stitch. Just make sure it's lying in one direction, it's not twisted, making sure, yes. So bring this together with a slip stitch. You go to the first one on the other end and you hook your yarn or your wool, pull it through to join this together in a slip stitch. Now, after joining this together with a slip stitch, you can remove the stitch markers. They are not really necessary at the moment, or you can leave them because you still have to make sure you have 168 of the double stitches, but I removed them. And we start with a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3, and we do double stitches all the way around, working on our back loop of the chain. So we just do double stitches like that. We have been doing double stitches. Most of our tutorials, they have double stitches. You can go through most of them. Tutorial 1, there's double stitch. Tutorial 2, we're working using double stitches. So double stitches, we have used them a lot. So let's meet when we have completed our first row of double stitches all the way around. Okay, so we are done with our first row of double stitches, Just make sure it's not twisted, is one thing, is standing nicely like that. So the advantage of working on a back loop is you get that nice pattern there all the way around, and this is the back side. Now just make sure you recount and make sure you have 168. So we bring this together with a slip stitch like that. This will live there as our marker. So we continue with a chain of 3. Now with this chain, you either start with 2 double stitches like front post or back post. It doesn't matter, they will end up being equal if you have 168. So we are starting with a front post like that. This is also going to count as our front post. So we now going to do 2 back posts. 2 back posts. We are introducing ribbing with double stitches. 2 double posts at the back, followed by 2 front posts. The way we do our front post, you hook the bottom double stitch like that and do your double stitch. Back post is just the opposite. Instead of hooking from the, you hook from the back like that. You do your double stitch, the back post double stitches, 2 2. So you will continue like that until you are at the end, all the way around. You will appreciate when we do these 2 front posts, 2 back posts, 2 front posts, we start to have a pattern like that. So let's meet when we have worked our 2 double posts front, 2 double posts back, all the way around, opposite like that. Okay, so we are almost done with our row. We are almost at the end. We are doing the 2 last posts, and then we show you how to bring them together. And then this one, because we are now going to treat it as a front post, we are going to hook it like we are doing a front post. We hook from front like that, and we do a slip stitch. So it has become our front post. So we chain 3 again. That chain of 3 will still represent the front post. If you don't have something like this, it means you don't have 168, or you have skipped somewhere along the way. You did 1 and 1, but otherwise they should be read like that. So we continue with our work, repeat the same, making the 3rd row, the 4th row, the 5th row, until you have 20 rows to achieve this, that ribbon. 20 rows. Let's meet when we are at the 20th row. I believe you have beautiful ribbing as well. We are almost at the end of our last row. We're just completing the back post, and we do a
slip stitch, joining that one as you've been doing, like that. So this time we are going to introduce another row, but before that we have just chained 2 to introduce another row. This row that is coming now, we are going to start initiating shells. So just to make sure you have 20 rows, we count from this one 20. So, and also appreciate the joining where we have been joining with that chain of 3 and we join, so it should come out beautiful like that. This is the inside. So let's continue. The shells that we are doing are similar to the shells that we have been doing in tutorial 2, where you do 2 double stitches. Now we're chaining 3, and even in our previous tutorial 11, where we were doing a pillow with growing shells. So you do shells like that, 2 shells and back posts, 2 back posts, and in between the 2 rows you do another shell, 2 double stitches, chain 3 and 2 double stitches in the same row. We are almost at the end, just completing that with our 2 back posts, and then we join here on the first shell with a slip stitch, just like we were joining our shells in tutorial 3, tutorial 2 and 11. So we'll have something like that, beautiful, awesome stuff. It's looking like that when we have done our first row. We also encourage you to go to tutorial 3, where we were doing a V-shaped lace 3D shell shawl, and we have chain 3. We're continuing doing the same row of shells, 2 double stitches, chain 3, 2 double stitches. So even in this tutorial we are doing 2 rows of 2 double stitches, chain 3, 2 double stitches, 2 rows each, and then the third row we will introduce 3 double stitches, chain 3, 3 double stitches. There's growing shells also even here in an opposite direction of our back posts. So because this is a repeat of that row, let's continue crocheting our nice row, and let's meet when we have completed this row and we show you how to begin the third row with 3 double stitches. Now remember, now we are doing 2 double stitches, chain 3 and 2 double stitches, then our back posts, just like that. We are at the end of our second row. We are now going to bring this together. Let's just complete those back posts, 2 of them, and this time we slip stitch there, the last or the beginning shell, stitch, back stitch to the hole, that window, and we chain 3. Now we do the 3 shells that we were doing in tutorial 2, where we chain 3. These ones are the most popular in tutorial 2. Basically, in tutorial 2 we're doing this all the way when we're doing a scarf with shells. After doing those, we do 2 back hole or window. So basically, tutorial 2 is about the 3 double stitches, 3 chains, and 3 double stitches shells. So we continue like that, and we will meet when we are doing the shells of 4-4. So now we are going to do this row of 3 double stitches, 3 double stitches, chain 3, 3 double stitches, and make a shell. And then from there you do your back posts all the way around 2 rows, and we will meet when we are doing the 5th row. We are completing those rows of 3 double stitches, 3 chains, 3 double stitches. We are doing a slip stitch now to go to the first shell, or the one that we started with on the last row. Now we are going to chain 3. Remember, this chain also count as one double stitch, and then now we do 4 double stitches. 3, 4, and from here we chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do 4 double stitches again. 4. So it will look like that, and again we do our back posts. We have completed our 2 rows of 4 double stitches, chain 4, and 4 double stitches shells. So now we are doing the last 2 rows of 5, 5 now. So it will be 5 double stitches, chain 4 still, 5 double stitches. So this last row, sometimes when, depending on your knitting or your crocheting, if you feel it's looking like it's not looking straight, you can in between also introduce a chain, one chain, so that it doesn't look cropped. It must look, at least try to look at least like that. Remember, the wool that we are using is a stretch wool, so it's got bouncing effect. Five double stitches. And a little bit of that elasticity. 5 double stitches, like that. And we are going to do our back post, 2 of them. Back posts. We go to that shawl and do our 5 double stitches. 3, 4, 5, and then chain 4 and do 5 double stitches there. Yeah, so it will be looking like that. We do 2 rows of this and we are done. So let's meet when we are at the end, and enjoy doing your 5 double stitches row. Good people, I think this color aquamarine is also gorgeous. I've worked with coral color, pink color. I'll just show you now the colors that I've worked with before. I think also this one is very gorgeous. Let's just quickly finish. If you have loved, enjoyed this, subscribe, share so that others also learn, comment, ask questions, and we are looking forward to having you watch more and more of our work. So we are done. We have just completed the 2 rows of 5-5. We're just going to slip stitch. Even if we don't slip stitch through, but I prefer slip stitching through back to that one, like that, and then with our scissor cut, and pull this one through like that. So now it's our time to hide the tails. We have that one, we have this one. We're gonna go in there. You can do this with a needle. I prefer a crochet hook. You go in there, take that working yarn, hook it over, and pull it out. And when it's like that, then you come and also do another knot there. put the crochet, hook that working yarn out like that and secure with another knot. I did nicely, and you can still take this down again, hide it, put another. So in between there I put my crochet hook like that, hook over, pull it out like that, and make another knot there. And that's it. I'm sure this is very secured now, like that. And we cut. Okay, so we are doing the other end. Also here you put your crochet hook there. There are other methods. I prefer this one. Pull over and tie your knot. Must not be ugly. And then now you take this crochet hook, you want to hide that in there, so you're going to take it, put your crochet hook, take it, pull it over or through there like that, and you can make a knot in between there. So I have put it through to the first in between. Just make a knot, secure it there. On the second row you can also do another knot just to make sure it's secured enough. It will not show. And you cut. Yay! There is the pink one and the coral